Welcome to space. Your weather comes from space in many ways. And while I'm pretty spaced out, I also talk about meteorology. I became a master at forecasting the weather back in the mid-2000s, I'd say, maybe the early 2000s, and it all had to do with cycling. I wanted to know if it was going to rain on this side or the other side of the mountain, so I knew which place to ride and not get wet. When I realized it was too easy to forecast the weather, I started forecasting harder things, like space weather. But we're still doing meteorology just for people like you. So here's the jet stream scenario for the Western world. And check out the Northern Hemisphere jet streams. They are all over the place, extremely chaotic. Convective forces largely in charge of the U.S. They're especially west of the Mississippi. We see doubled up and tripled up jet streams all over the place. Meridional jet stream flow at its finest in the Northern Hemisphere. Here are the surface winds for the Western world. Powerful system here off the coast of, I'll say, Nova Scotia. Sort of in between the Azores and Nova Scotia. Let's look at the surface winds of the Eastern world. Shout out to our viewers from Munda, and from Hawaii, and from Alaska, and from Kamchatka. Leave us a comment if you're in one of these locations visible on this map. Here are the jet streams of the east, looking a lot more normal than in the west. We do have backward jet stream here over the Western Pacific and Northern Indian Ocean. It's not all that coherent. Check out the chaos in the Northern Hemisphere's jet streams. Yowzers. It is all over the place. Next, your weather.gov map. If your county's lit up, please click it. Figure out what the warning is. We've got gale warnings around Alaska here. Some hydrologic outlooks in Georgia. Some flood watches and so on in places like Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. Again, if your county's lit up, weather.gov. Have yourself a click. Here's your NASA GOES lightning mapper. Pardon me. Your NASA GOES lightning mapper, and quite a lot of lightning here over the past 10 hours. Here's a real-time lightning map. Give that a minute to connect. Again, we are streaming live. Just let me make sure the stream is good. And the stream looks A-OK to me. Here at the Smash News Network, least busted name in news, we'd like to show you a real-time lightning map. There we go. Still connecting. Anyway, at least it's showing you recent strikes here. There we go. Now we've got real time. Lots of lightning here over the Caribbean, Central America, as well as southern Mexico. A little bit in the northern Mediterranean region as well. Next, pressure maps. Here's a pressure map. We're going to show you the European forecast. There's the European forecast for pressure at noon. That's noon daylight time tomorrow. Noon Eastern daylight time tomorrow. Again, we're located in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. Let us know your location if you've got custom weather report requests, weather forecasts. We might do it if you leave us a comment. So here's your water vapor map, your simple water vapor map for this side of the planet. Here's your cloud layer over the Pacific Ocean. If you're wondering what's going on over the Earth's largest body of water, we see a mixing of some systems right here. You can see high-altitude clouds over low-altitude clouds. That could cause some pressure gradients, and indeed is likely to. This is the shortwave radiation map, folks. It's too dark to see this with the visible, so we use shortwave radiation instead to show things like clouds and fog at nighttime. Next, your radar.weather.gov map, the U.S. National Weather Service radar. And we're getting some rain here in eastern Pennsylvania. Looks like there's going to be some showers continuing on for a significant portion of the day. Here's the shortwave radiation map for the lower 48. And here is the water vapor map. This dry air is not moving with any sort of power. It looks like it's starting to stagnate, actually. There's a bit of a counterclockwise rotation happening here as there's a weak low pressure over the Great Lakes. You can see that rotation starting to form. Again, the jet stream is all over the place, folks, and that is largely in control. Or it's really more like it's not in control, as there is no strong push to the east. Most weather moves from west to east, but when the jet stream is not influencing it, you can have stagnant weather like we're getting right now in the mid-Atlantic states. Anyway, hopefully that helped you out with your meteorology outlook. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. smAsho, signing off from the Smash News Network, Least Busted, Name and News.